Murdock, or are you just pretending on the show?
Well, I am a little crazy. There's something in that in me, yes.
Is it true that you appear on the British Paranormal Show, Bouvry?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
The big man pulled out.
We were going to actually do it, but
He was going, I'm going to be there, but I'm not showing up.
we were going to do it. I believe a little bit in the occult, and I was interested in trying it. It'd be fun. You know?
T as ghost, maybe. Maybe T will show up as a ghost.
I think he's afraid
I think he's afraid. I think he's afraid to meet us.
Ghosts?
He's afraid to meet us
know,
now. He's afraid. It's so much.
Right.
He's dubbed out twice now.
Right. Dirk, best in... Oh, what? Go ahead.
You did a show in Britain this year, Celebrity Big Brother.
I did Celebrity Big Brother.
How was that?
But no, did somebody ask about that?
No.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. I was 28 days locked up with a bunch of celebrity, quasi-celebrity, desperate, semi-desperate, and completely crazy people, of which I was one. And I ended up with the last three. Jermaine Jackson, myself, and Schultz ended up being the last. I made some met some very nice people and learned a lot about myself. It was interesting. It was interesting.
There's someone, Siham, I have a role for you in a Moroccan film.
Who does? Dwight?
No, for you.
Oh.
Naima, for Dwight.
Where?
Naima asks, I have a role for you in a Moroccan movie. Would you accept?
Read the script. I have to read the script
darling,
first.
Just say yes.
No, darling, stay away from me. I must read the script.
Listen to me.
I need to read the script, and then I make up my decision based on how much money you're going to pay me.
You work so differently from me.
I do.
Just say yes. And then
I learned everything I know from him. So
somebody asked a question about cancer, which I have to do with. Yeah, it was my first book, Confessions of a Kamikaze Cowboy, is a story of having it and how it affected my life and changed my life. And so, Confessions of a Kamikaze Cowboy, which is available. Amazon.com if you can't get it in the store.
Can you say something in Dutch? Nidu. Nidu.
You won't go? Why won't?
Nidu.
Why not?
Nidu.
Ah, do.
Nidu. Nee. Do.
Perfect.
If you had on
Nee,
B,
nee.
which what was
nee.
your first episode of the A-Team? Niverdal.
What?
Niverdal. I'm sorry.
Niverdal.
Wants to know, what was the first episode of the A-Team? It was the one with trash bags.
Trash bags, right?
Trash bags.
Yes.
And who was the guest star?
Oh no. What's his name?
No, Isaac Hayes.
No, the fighter. It was the fighter. It was the prize fighter. The guest star was the prize fighter. What was it?
Yeah,
T had a what
fight
was it?
with yeah.
It wasn't George Foreman. It was
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, yeah, it is very sad.
Somebody will have
my brain is going.
Eric just asked something, but I missed it.
By the way, I have to tell everybody watching this. The questions are going by like this. So we're trying to catch one.
I don't know why they'll slow
them down.
Right, it's hard to pick them out.
By the way, why are you in Holland?
We're here at DutchCon in Tilburg.
What's that?
It's a memorabilia convention, and you must come to see us if you're here in Holland. We will greet you with love.
Yes.
We love you. So please come to see us in Tilburg. What?
RGWT, where did the yellow jacket come? We love it here in the UK. You know, this is a deep, dark secret. A lot of people want to know, so I'm not going to reveal it right now because I'm going to sell it on eBay later. But I won't reveal the brand of that jacket. It's I went to look and see. It's no longer available in that color, but it's my favorite jacket for rainy weather. I should have brought it here. I wore it all the time on Big Brother, and it was my security blanket, you know, like that pillow is for you right now. And so, yeah, I'll reveal that at a later date.
Priscilla asked a question for Dwight. What was the first thought you had when you heard you had the part in the A-Team?
Well, my first thought was, first of all, my wife was living on the West Coast, and I was living on the East Coast. We weren't married yet. And my very first thought was, I now can be with my wife, Wendy. That was truly the most wonderful thing, because we had been separated for about 7 months. And it was great that, I mean, I had been trying to work on the West Coast and had a lot of auditions, but I wasn't getting the job. Now I could move to the West Coast and be with her. So that was my very first thought. Honestly, I had no idea how long the show would run, but it was very positive because I thought it was a very good script, that if all things worked out, I would be there with her. And that was my first thought.
Sander, my favorite food is brown rice and a food called natto. N-A-T-T-O. Look it up. Soybean product. NATO.
Andre asked, did you do the stunts yourself in the series?
We did
some stunts. We didn't do the, you know, they had insurance, for insurance reasons. Right. They wouldn't let you do a car roll or do anything that would risk. Yeah, we did the fights, falls, close-up falls, those sorts of things.
And I did all my love scenes myself. All the kissing I did myself.
Yes,
that was a stunt, believe me.
And the one love scene that he and I had together, he did.
I did.
Did you see that?
I was afraid.
Did you look at the dailies of that?
No, Dwight, I didn't.
I fell down during that shot.
I think they cut it out of the show. I don't think it was in.
Right. Well, we won't talk about it.
We won't go there.
Need to.
Stefan wants to ask from Dirk, why did you join the A-Team?
Why did I join it? You mean because I wasn't there first? Because they asked me. Originally, I was supposed to be in it, and then they said, no, we're going to use... And then they changed their mind, and I came back.
How did it come together?
What?
How did it come together?
How did it come together that I came to be on the show? Oh, they just decided they wanted somebody else to play the part, so they called me, and I came.
And you auditioned for the part? Or for another part in the series?
I did. Not for Stephen, not the guy who created it. I never auditioned for Stephen Cannell. He just wrote it for me.
Well, he knew.
Right, he knew. Because he'd seen me in Battlestar Galactica. Yeah. So I was offered, and then I did. But then Network did not want NBC did not want me. Right. Did not want me. So I auditioned for them 3 or 4 or 5 times, and they kept saying no, 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 no. They actually said I wasn't good looking enough. Joel Stern said, and he said, we have hired the guy that is going to be the best looking man on television. This is when Tom Selleck was doing Magnum. Because I knew Selleck, I called Tom. I said, he said, so how's it going? I said, well, I'm not doing the show because they've hired a guy that's going to be even better looking than you, Tom. That's what Joel Thurm said about why they didn't hire me. So.
And who did he have in mind?
Well, they hired a guy who's
Tim Dunnigan.
Oh, okay. Tim Dunnigan. I hired an actor named Tim Dunnigan, whom I didn't know nor have I met. But anyway, so I came on. I wasn't the best looking guy, but I had a sense of humor, which I've lost. But I'm looking. I came to Holland to find it. I think I found it with what's her name last night at the hotel, but we'll see.
A lot of people are asking, do you miss George Papar?
Yeah, I do actually. I do. I like talking to him. I enjoyed his you know, he's the kind of guy that's not around that much anymore. Old school, very old school.
He was very proper. He was the consummate. I mean, he was a movie star. He knew it. He would tell you about it. He would tell you about all the problems that he had. He would say to me, he's been through more money than most human beings would ever see in a year, and it was so stupid the way he wasted his money, and he is changing his ways. And that he was, though, very proper. And he did understand structure of scripts. He knew when a script worked and when it didn't. And he worked with the writers long before I ever saw the script. He had already put in his 2 cents as to what worked and what didn't. So he helped the formula of the show, I think, a lot. But he was difficult to work with in the sense that, and this I don't miss about George, you would walk in and he would just cross out all of his lines, and most of your lines were a reaction to his. Yeah. So he was difficult to work with. But
I saw a lot of questions about that. Was he bossy on set? A lot of people are asking that.
He was he liked to be in control a lot. So, and he was right. He was very smart about it. So yeah, he didn't direct us or tell us how to act.
No, he never did
like
that.
No.
Ulysses wants to know, would you change anything about the show if you could go back in time?
Oh, well, we would have had it last longer.
Keep the writers.
Keep the writers that
from the first year.
Write it better and keep it going longer, because it could have. We had the people to do it. It just needed. Yeah.
To keep the producers.
But we did the best we could. I wouldn't do anything different.
No,
we tried hard.
We did the best we could. Yeah. But there were Stephen Cannell and Frank Lupo were just fabulous writers. They really knew how to make this show work. When they wrote a script, it was funny. It was wonderful. But you couldn't get them to stay on it.
Dwight, did you come up with the funny lines? Zoe Elisa wants to know on the Murdock shirts.
Yes, yes. Everything on the shirt. That was my one constant contribution. The statements. One of my favorites was "Poets contrive, but pigs provide."
That's good. Yeah,
that was my. But yes, they were all mine.
And where's the leather jacket?
You should sell those and market them. You should have Murdock shirts.
I could have, but
no, it's not too late.
It's too late. It's too late. It's too late for my jacket. I donated to the Special Forces Museum in Fort Bragg, South Carolina, in the United States. So it's in a Special Forces Museum. There's a Hollywood